Continue with Snowflake. We were not able to load the data from external stage to Snowflake, right? So I have found out another way. The way we are using that is expired. That is no longer being supported by the Snowflake. That's the reason it was not working. The way is correct, but it was no longer supported. Okay. So let's open AWS as well. User. Okay. So let's create a new file. Select our database and the schema, set the context, DE training and DE schema. Okay, let's see the integrations we have created. Show integrations, it will give you the list of integrations available. Okay, the first and the last one is what we have created. Let's also describe this first one because the last one was not working. The first, both are not working anyways. Let's see any of that. Describe integration, the name of the integration. If you see here, we are using this role, we are using this ARN to configure the trust policy in AWS roles, right? This will behave like a user. This AWS user ARN, this is like a user who is trying to access the S3 bucket. Okay, that is how it is trying to assume. So, but this way is not working. Earlier it was supporting. This is considered as a user and it is trying to access, but now it is no longer supported. So let's open our S3 bucket and also the IAM policy. So now instead of the storage integration, now also storage integration is supported, but there are a lot of policies to be attached to the IAM role. So it makes us confusing and we are not the ones who will be configuring this in the real time. Okay, so I have come up with an alternative which will be easy for us to understand and easy to implement. Okay, so let's go to the roles. So now we don't need any roles. Okay, we need user who will try to access that S3 bucket. Okay, using the role, we will be creating the access keys and access credentials. Let me show you why we need access keys and credentials. Let us also open this in the new tab. It might be little confusing. Please let me know. I'll try to be as clear as possible. Select the database and schema. Okay, if you try to see here, when you try to create a external stage, okay, from Amazon S3. So let's say external S3 stage. This is the name. Let's provide the URL, e-training sample files. Copy this URI and paste it here. Then click on the authentication. There are two methods. One is the storage integration, what we have tried so far. It was not working. In order to make it work, we need to create a lot of policies and attach it to the role. So we are not going with that approach now. So another way is using the credentials. Okay. Using the credentials, it is asking AWS key ID and a secret key, which means like a username and a password. Okay, not exactly username and password, just to make you understand. They're asking key ID and the secret key value. Let's see how we can create that. So in order to create the secrets or the secret credentials, the key and the secret key, key ID and the secret key, we need to have an user. Inside that user, we should create the credentials. Using that user, we should create the credentials. So whatever it is, the roles, users, security, everything is taken care by the IAM in the AWS services. Okay, now go to IAM. If you see here, there are IAM users. Click on this. These two are the users I have created yesterday. Okay, now let's create another user. So it would be fresh for you. So I'll name it as SFS3 user. Okay, so how are you going to use this user? Provide user access to the AWS management console. Uh, okay, let's do this. Also, there would be somewhere the programmatic access as well. Okay, let it be custom password. For this user, there should be some password. Let's see. I have created a password. Click next. Let me save it. Okay, click next again. Okay, create user. Okay, now the user is created. This is the user and password. I'm not going to reveal this password. Okay. So if you want, you can save this file. Okay, download this. This is not required. Username and password are not required for us. Now let's go to this IAM users or return to users list. So now we have three users. This is the one we are using right now or created right now. So go to this user. So you have security credentials tab here, right? Click on this. Mm, let's see, create access key. Here we have access keys. See this, use access keys to send programmatic calls to AWS from AWS CLI. CLI means command line interface or AWS tools for PowerShell. So there are various ways in which these keys can be used. So let's say from Python, you are trying to load the file to S3. There also we can use these keys. Or from Snowflake, we are trying to load the data from S3 to Snowflake. There also we can use the keys. So in order to do anything programmatically, we might be using the roles or the ARN. ARN means the one I have shown you yesterday or so far, Amazon resource number. So these are the two ways Amazon can provide access to the external resources. Now let's create the access key. So for this, provide command line interface access. Okay. Let's see if we also have programmatic access. We have already selected programmatic access, right? Let's and make it check this box and then click on next. Okay, provide some description. So it is optional, not mandatory. Now click access. Create this key. Okay, now this is the key ID and this is the secret key. This will be shown only now. You will not be able to use them later. Okay, so it is so long, we will not be able to remember anyways. So this will not be shown another time. So this is the only time we can see this key and the secret. So let's download this file. Okay, so done. So now using this secret and user, we have to create the external stage. Now storage integration is not required because we are directly using the keys and keys. So it will provide you access to the S3 bucket. Now let's go to our downloads. Okay, these are the user credentials, which means the username and password. I'm not going to open this. So these are the access keys. For you, you can create your own user and see what are the details. Okay, so this is the access key ID and this is the secret key. Let's go to our Snowflake account. So we are in the page of creating external stage. So I'm telling you, in order to copy the files from S3 to Snowflake or any cloud to storage, any cloud to Snowflake, there are two ways. One is using the storage integration that requires role ARN, and another way is using the credentials which requires the secret key and the key ID. Okay, we are not using the storage integration method. Now we are using the credentials method. Anything is fine. Both are the secure ways of connecting. Okay, let's go. Copy this key ID, paste it here, and copy the secret as well. Sorry, copy this access key as well, paste it here. Enable directory, yes. Okay, so let's create this external stage. Failure using stage area. User is not authorized to perform. What nonsense is this? And then let me cancel that and see the other users, what policies I have for them. Change policy and Amazon full access. I forgot to provide full access. 1 second. Let's see what policy I have on our user. Okay, we did not provide the full access on this. Let's add that. Add permissions. Let's see, add permissions. Next, we're not from here. Add permissions. Attach policies directly. Let's see from here. S3 full access. Okay, select this policy. Attach it here. Add permissions. Okay, now we have change password is like that is for the user level. Okay, so now we have this one is mandatory. This change password is optional, but this is mandatory. S3 full access. In the real time, we will not be giving full access. Maybe we will be giving the restricted access on that. So let's go to Snowflake now. Okay, go to create stage. So this is external S3 stage. So URL of this is copy this URI, sorry. Comment, let's do that later. Storage, not credentials. Use credentials. Copy these values again. Once you can download it, you can use it any number of times. Not a problem with that. In case if you forgot to download, there is no way you can get it. You have to create one more set of credentials. Okay. So now we have that. Let's try to create it. Okay. See, now whatever files are available in that bucket, we are able to see those files in Snowflake. See here, we have these many number of files. Let's refresh this. Okay, we have these many number of files. Let's say you might be thinking that now the files are copied to Snowflake. No, they are not actually copied. It is like a bridge which is accessing the S3. Whatever is there in the S3, it will be shown here. Let's say I'll delete one of the files here. emp1.csv, I'm going to delete. Delete. Okay, it is deleted. So we have only 3 files now. Let's go to here and see, refresh it. See here we have only three files. So whatever happens on the S3 bucket, the same will get replicated here. The same will be shown. It is like uh, not replica. I cannot say replica. It is like a bridge which is accessing that. If that is removed, here also it gets removed. Okay. So that's how it works. Now we are able to see the list of files. Let's do it through the command. I forgot to copy the details of this. Once again, we might have it here. You might need a command, right? Let's try to create one more time. Just for the sake of getting the command. Okay. External S3 stage URL. Sorry, this is not the URL. Copy the URI and comment create external stage. Create external stage using access keys. Okay, so enable authentication. So select the credentials. Let's provide the values again. Secret key. Okay, so this is when let's copy this. Okay, I'm going to cancel this because we have already created it. So cancel this and paste it here. I'm removing this because all of these are not working. Okay, right. So this is the command which is creating the external stage. You can do it from the UI interface or you can write it through the command. Anything is fine. So now the external stage is available. In order to see the list of files available here, do at the rate list at the rate the stage name. Okay, so these are the files available in the stage. This MD5 is the unique ID generated for each file, and this is the timestamp at which the file was last modified. Okay, so now let's try to copy the data from that external file into our Snowflake. So select the databases here. Let's try to copy the sales records first. Tables. This is the sales. Okay, let's copy this name. Let's see how many rows we have right now. Count of star from the sales table. Let's see. We have 3 lakh rows. Okay, so they might be duplicates because each file is having only 1 lakh. We might have done that 3 times. We have 3 lakh rows. Now again, I'll try to load the data into the same table, the same file. Let's do that. Okay, we have to do it from here. If you're not familiar with the commands, don't worry, you will find options here. But in the interviews, they'll make you to write the code to copy into the tables. Sales, go to the sales, load data. So here you have to add the file from the stage. So add from stage, select the database and schema where our stage is there. Okay, it is selected. Now our stage is external S3 stage. I think both might work. We have already created using commands. Let's see. Okay, this is not working. Let's use another one. Okay, load data, add from stage, the training, the schema, and then this is our stage. Other stages are created using the storage integration which are not working. Okay, select the file from here which you want to load. Let's select this one. Anything is fine. This or this both are same. Add. Okay, so you have to check here. This is the file. It is loading into the DE training DE schema and the sales table. Click on next. Okay, here it says 12 errors because the column names from the file are not matching with the column names from the table. Okay, here it is in uppercase, lowercase. That is when uppercase, lowercase is already considered because here, if you see on the left side, matched by column names, it is set to case insensitive, which means either uppercase or lowercase, it doesn't matter. It will be able to understand it as the same. But remaining things here, we have replaced the spaces with the underscores. That's why it was not able to understand it as the same column. So let's map it manually. Item type. I'll show you the easiest way as well. We have already seen during the internal stage as well. So order priority, order date, order ID, ship date. Where is this? Okay, ship date. Units is sold. You should be careful while selecting the columns. You might be selecting one column instead of the other. It might end up in wrong data. Unit price, unit cost, total revenue, total cost, total profit. Okay, done. Now all errors have been fixed. There are no errors now. Let's see the options on the left side now. The file type is CSV, which is a comma separated one. If it is any other type of file, you can select the other types here. Okay. Or else we have a predefined file format, which is load CSV. So if you want to use it, you can use that, no problem. Let's see. If I have used that, this column mapping is getting changed. Okay. So it is already, see here, it is taking as the first column will take from the this one, second column will take from this one. Okay, so it is taking in the order. It doesn't bother about the column names because here in this load CSV we did not specify about the column names. That's why. Okay, so first let's do with the CSV. Again, we might have to map that. We need to map it again. Item type, sales channel, order priority, order date, order ID, ship date, where it is, ship date, unit sold, unit price, unit cost, total revenue, total cost, total profit. Okay, so I'm using the CSV file format, case insensitive, which means that the column names on the source and destination, if there is any difference in the case sensitivity, it is fine. Now, what should happen if an error is encountered while loading the file? So if there are any errors in the file, I don't want to load any data. Okay, or else if you don't see here the option do not load any data means on error equal to abort statement, or if you want to continue, see here on error equal to continue. So for now I don't want to load anything. Okay, so let's copy the SQL here, copy this. I have copied and then load this data. There are 1 lakh rows in this file. Okay, 1 lakh rows successfully inserted into the table. Let's see the table details. Here, okay, just to have a look, this is the data preview. It is not the full data. First, we have to double check here. The columns are properly aligned. Might be one column is fitting into another. That kind of scenarios might happen while we are doing the mapping. So make sure everything is in the proper place. Yes, this data looks good. Now let's go to our worksheet. Go to our worksheet and then write it here. Okay, see here, this is copy into the table name. Here it is giving the fully qualified table name. Fully qualified means the database schema followed by the table name. Uh, as of now, you are well versed with that because we have been using this approach since the SQL Server. Okay, so if we have already set the context, you need not necessarily provide the fully qualified name. Otherwise, you can provide it. Not a problem. This providing is always a safety, but it is up to you. How do you want to use it? See here the column names. Here it is taking $1, $2, and so on. 1, 2, 3 represents the columns in the order from this stage. Here also, while providing the stage, you might not require to provide the fully qualified database and schema if the context is already set. Okay, so which file you want to copy? This is the one. Okay, file format. The type is CSV. Yes, skip header is -1. Field delimiter is comma. So there is some additional options. Okay. The important thing is on error equal to abort. If it finds any error, it has to break that. Okay, let's see the count of data in the table now. It should be 4 lakhs. Okay, now the data is incremented by 4 lakhs. So let's write the short version of this. So every time we might not be able to write this lengthy query, let's make it short. Okay, for loading the CSV file, I have already created in our earlier sessions during the internal stage, we have already created the load CSV thing, right? So let's say this is the definition. Create or replace file format, skip header equal to 1, optionally enclosed by double quotes, and the comment. So this format we are going to use. Let's go back here. Sorry. Okay, so let's write the short version of this, why this count of star has gone. Okay, with that we have 4 lakh rows. Now let's say I want to copy the same thing, copy into the sales table from the stage name is external S3 stage. Is that the one? Yes, external S3 stage. So in this path, so with this name, what is the path we have given? We have given till sample files. Okay, the path is till sample files. So whatever is there after that, we need to provide the name. So this is the file I want to copy. Let's say this is the file I want to copy. So whatever is the path in the external stage, followed by that, anything additional we have to provide it here. Okay, from that, write file format equal to load CSV, because this file type is CSV and those conditions whatever are there in this load CSV are enough for loading this file. Okay, so this on error equal to abort or continue, that is up to you. If you want to use, you can use it. Otherwise, the default behavior is it would abort the statement. If it finds any error, it would abort the statement. Okay, so on error equal to abort statement, which means it will make the code fail in case of any errors. Okay, so I don't know if it is case sensitive. Let's try it. Okay, copy executed with 0 files process, because right now itself we have copied the file. So if immediately if you are trying to copy the same file, it will consider that as duplicate and it might not work. So that is what happened here. Ideally the code is working, right? So this is the short version. This is enough. If they ask you in the interviews to write, this is enough. Okay. So, but if you have the column names and the table names in a different, sorry, column names in the file and column names in the table in a different order, Now just to select the order in the mm, file which is in sync with the table. Let's say we have the first column as dollar, fourth column as first column in the table one. So in the first place, write dollar four. So whatever is the places available in the table, you have to follow that order here. Okay. So the fourth column should go into the first column, or fifth column should go into the second column. Likewise, if there are any changes in that, so make that order. Okay. Generally, the file and table should be in the same order. Generally, not a mandatory. Okay. So assuming that we are doing this. Okay. So otherwise it will misplace the data. Okay, this is about the external stage and how we load the data from external stage to the table. Okay, this is fine. Now whenever I'm going to upload a new file here, I have to run this copy statement. Okay, this is called copy command or copy statement. Okay, whenever I will place a new sales file here. So let's say in the real time, we will be getting this data every hour or every day. The new data will be there. So as soon as the data comes here, I need to copy that data into the table. I have to run this copy activity. So that is like a manual operation, right? So I don't want to do manually because I don't know when the file comes. Today it might come at 10 o'clock, tomorrow it might come at 12 o'clock. So there is no fixed pattern. I don't know when it comes. I cannot keep on checking manually if the file is available or not, right? So there should be some process which helps us to load the data automatically when there is a file in the S3 bucket. Okay, let's see that how we can do it. Let's say I will create one more folder here. Create folder called pipes. Okay, SF pipes, snowflake pipes. I'll make you understand what this is. Please wait. So I'm creating a folder. Whatever files comes into this SF files folder, I want to uh, load them immediately into the snowflake tables. Okay. So for that, again, we need a external stage. You might think we already have an external stage, but some options are missing in this external stage to implement the continuous copy. Okay. In order to load the data continuously into Snowflake, we have some concept called snowpipe. Snowpipe. Yesterday we have discussed theoretically. Today we are implementing it. Okay. Snowpipe used to continuously load data into Snowflake whenever file arrives in source. So let's see how this is possible, how it can be implemented. First of all, we need to create a snow pipe. Okay, before creating the snow pipe, we need to create an external stage. Okay, 1 second, I have already created that. Okay, let's copy the syntax. Or else if you might be wondering how you will get the syntax. Simple. Go to here, go to the database and schema in which you want to create the pipe. Click on create pipe, or you can even get it from the Snowflake documentation also. Okay, so this is the syntax it has generated, and this is what I have used. Let me show you. Create or replace. Replace means if the pipe is already existing, it will drop and recreate. So it applies for all the objects, tables, database, schema, whatever it is. If it exists, it will drop and create. Otherwise, it will just create. This is the name of the pipe. So auto ingest. This is the option we have to enable in the stage. Okay. So this SNS topic or integration, these options are required if we are using storage integration. Okay. So right now we are not using the storage integration. That's why I did not use those options. This comment is optional. This is just for our sake of understanding as copy into. So from the external stage, this external stage should have some additional things. Okay. So let's see. creation of external stage first. After creating the external stage, I will create snow pipe. Select the database schema. Again, create an external stage. There is a slight difference between creating an external stage for copy activity and creating an external stage for snow pipe activity. Okay, external S3 SF pipe stage. Okay, let's try to give some meaningful name so that it would be clear. So what is the path? So on this path, I want to set this. Okay. So now this is the S3 URI followed by SF pipes. So comment is external stage for snow pipe. Okay. Authentication. Let's select the credentials. Provide the key, access key ID, and a secret key. Okay, so enable directory. In order to see the list of files available, you should enable this, otherwise you won't be able to see. Okay, for enabling the snow pipe, you have to enable this option. Enable auto refresh. See here, utilize event notifications from the storage provider to automatically refresh the directory tables when files have been added or removed. You can also manually refresh the directory tables. So I don't want to manually refresh. I want to refresh automatically. So enable this option. While enabling this option, it has already told us utilize event notifications. For setting up the notification, this notification is like S3 has to send some message to Snowflake telling that there is a file, you have to copy that. Okay, so that kind of notification has to be sent. For that notification, there should be some sender or the receiver, right? This is the one, SQS service or the SNS service. Now I'm going to use the SQS, being this is the simple one to configure for us. Okay, so SQS requires creating an event notification for the target path in your S3 bucket. S3 has to send the messages to Snowflake. There is a file. So SNS use an existing simple notification service. These are AWS services. SNS and SQS are AWS services for sending the notifications. One is the SNS means simple notification service, and SQS means simple queue service. Okay, so that's about it. So encryption is not required. Okay, encryption is not required. So get the SQL preview, copy this and create it. Okay, done. Let's paste it here. Snow pipe. First we need to create external stage. Create external stage for Snowflake by enabling auto refresh. This is the only difference between the normal stage and the snow pipe stage. Okay. Anyways, both are external stages. How we use it is different. That's all. Okay. Now we have created the stage. Now we have to set up a event notification on this stage. Okay. I think I have already set up a notification. Let's try to set up another one. So for setting up the notifications, you have to go to the bucket. Let's refresh the bucket. I think it would be better if I create another folder here. Okay, let it be. Let's try this. Okay, go to properties. So if you scroll down, somewhere you will see event notification. Okay, see here event notification. There is already a event notification created on this. Let me delete and configure it again. Delete. Okay, it is deleted. So we don't have any notifications now. Now let's try to create an event notification and make it as snow pipe trigger. You can provide any name, so which makes some sense. This is snow pipe trigger. So from where do you want to copy the files? Okay, if you want to provide any option here, you can just provide that. Let's say uh, I want to have the prefix as sales. Okay, and prefix means the mm, what I can say, the starting characters of the file or a folder. You can just provide the file or a folder which starts with this. Okay, suffix means the ending part. It should end with .csv. Okay, I want to create on all objects, create events. Whenever there is a file creation, I want to copy the file to Snowflake. Otherwise, I don't want to do anything. Sometimes we might also need some removal. Okay, so I don't want to do that. If it, see, what do you want to do with the removal? If the file is deleted, you might want to delete some data in the table. Okay, so that's what. In most of the cases, 90% of the cases, nobody is going to use the object removal things. Let's go down. So destination, where it has to copy this data to. Okay, send notifications to SQS queue to be read by a server. So we have to use this SQS service. Now the server is the Snowflake. Snowflake will read the data from this. Okay, this message will be received by the Snowflake and it will do some operation. Okay, for that there should be some ID between them to configure. Okay, for that choose SQS uh, sorry, enter SQS ARN. Okay, so for that, now we have to create a pipe. Go to Snowflake. Okay, so for creating the pipe, let's copy this syntax. Create pipe. Copy the syntax. So create or replace pipe. I'll name it as sales pipe. Okay, because we are copying the sales files, let's make it as sales pipe. Auto ingest equal to true. As copy into sales table, I'm going to copy into the same sales table. Right now we have 4 lakhs. Okay, from where I have to copy? From this external stage. And file format should be load CSV. Okay, I'm creating this pipe now. Okay, pipe is successfully created. So let's describe this pipe. Describe pipe. The name of the pipe is sales pipe. Uh, I think it should be there in this SQS would be created for the external stage. Sorry, one second. Let's describe this external stage. Describe stage. Okay, so this is the ARN. Okay, let's see what I have used earlier. Okay, describe pipe. Sorry, not describe pipe. Somewhere I have copied this ARN. One second. I have deleted that, right? Okay. Go to stages here. Pipe stage. The stage details. Okay, this ARN. See here, AWS SQS ARN. Copy the ARN of the pipe. Okay, copy this pipe. So a notification will be sent to this stage. There is a new file saying that there is a new file. Okay, now enter the ARN here. Okay, so let's save the changes. Okay, so now the snow pipe event notification is triggered. Snow pipe is created. But uh, just like the task, you have remembered task in Snowflake. So initially they will be in the suspend mode. As soon as you create a task, it would be in the suspend mode. Similarly, as soon as you create a pipe, that would be in the suspend mode. This is the sales pipe. Okay, though it shows running here, initially it would be in the suspend mode. Let's try to refresh this. One second, let's write this. Sorry, where did I write this? Describe stage. Okay, from here, let's make this copy. I'll write it here so that it would be there for reference. Copy property value of direct, which means this is the row number 37 directory and property value. Okay, so for example, this is the one for reference and provide it in event notification is QSARM. Okay, so hope if you watch this video and read this, you will be able to understand. Okay, now the configuration is set. You have to refresh the pipe. So for refreshing the pipe, alter pipe. The name of the pipe is sales pipe refresh. Okay, let's run it. Okay, so the pipe is refreshed. It is not producing any queries now. So because we do not have any files. Okay, done. Now the pipe is in the refresh mode. Let's go and upload some files to here. Let me see. I have some sales files already in my earlier batches. Let me see. Hmm, okay. So let's try to copy these files. Let's copy one by one. Okay. So it is in sample files. Okay. Let's upload it here. Okay. Go to objects and the sample files on the SF pipes. I'm going to upload the file. Add files. So this will copy only the sales files. Okay. Because we have provided prefix as sales. Sample files. Okay, from the same sales file I have copied some of the rows, maybe 5,000 or 1,000, sorry, 5,000 or 10,000 into each of these files. Okay, I am uploading the files here. So I am not going to run the copy command now. It should actually run. Okay, let's close it and go to our snow pipe. In order to see what is running, what has already run, you can come here and see. Let's refresh. I just have uploaded the file. Let's wait for a minute or two to see if it is refreshing. Okay, let's wait. It is showing as pending files 0. Let's look at the stages. External pipe stage. Why is it showing 0 files? Okay, it has one file here. So let's go to this sales pipe. Okay, let's wait for 2 more minutes. Maybe it is taking time to refresh. It should automatically trigger. Oops. Okay, maybe because in this external stage I did not provide a slash and which file to copy. That might be the reason. Let's say what it has. Here also I did not provide. Let's refresh it. Okay, let me do a manual refresh one time here. So refresh manually. New files from will be loaded into the table. Okay, refresh. See here, duplicates will be skipped. If there are files with the same name, then they will be skipped. Okay, let's see the copy activity is successful or not. Oh, even the manual refresh, it is not loading any files. Okay, so here just now it has loaded sales one file. It should also load other files. Let's see, I'll upload one more file here. Now this time sales 2. It has different data. Okay, but the same data from 1 lakh rows, but each file has different set of rows. Okay, now without manual refresh, it should load. Let's see. If it doesn't load, it might be some configuration issue either on the source or the target side. Let's refresh. Okay, looks like it is not getting refreshed. Let's go to our event notification. Hmm, go to properties. Okay, let's edit this trigger. Edit. Let's remove this sales and see. Or let's provide it as SF pipe. What is our folder name? SF pipes. Okay, SF pipes and CSV. Let's wait for a minute or see and if it gets refreshed. Why is it not getting refreshed? Maybe after after making changes, we did not load any files. Let's load one more file here. So close this, go to objects, sample files, SF pipes. Let's add one more file, S3, sales 3, sorry. Here. It is not detecting. Let's see. We go to properties. Let's edit the trigger without any prefix or suffix. Remove everything from here. I just want to notify on every file. Okay, it is updated. Let's try this once manually and then I have copied the correct ARN, right? Just let's make sure. Stage details. Okay, this is the ARN. Go to event notification. I think it is the same. It's the same. Okay, let's go here. Let's see the execution status of the pipe. It shows us running, but it is not getting implemented. Okay, let's do a manual refresh one more time. Let's look at the stage if the files are reflecting or not. Here itself, it was not detecting. Let's see the pipe. Now it has detected, but it all of this should happen automatically. Let's see the status of the pipe. Select system. Dollar. Now the name of the pipe. Sorry, pipe status. Followed by the name of the pipe. Sales pipe. The user state is running pending. File count is 0. Okay, let's try one more file. So till now we have done manual refresh. It was not automatically happening. Something is wrong. File. Upload another file. Sales 4. Okay, file is uploaded. At least this time we expect this to run properly. Let's see here. One second, let's see, describe this pipe. Pipe. The name of the pipe is sales pipe. Here there should be some value in the notification channel, but that is not there. Similar to how you are finding the notification for the external stage, SQS ARN for the external stage, there should be some SQS created for the
Notification.
yes, notification. So
I
we should
think
use
try list. I think I've seen once
what is that list?
at the rate.
That is to show the list of files available in our external stage.
Okay. Okay.
See, that is to see the list of files. But what we need is similar to what we have for the external stage, that ARN should be there for the pipe as well. It should generate some value. So then we can set a note. We have to enter this ARN in the snow pipe so that it will send a message to the pipe, not to the external stage. But again, some operations might have been changed in the snowflake. Or let's create a notification. Let's see if we have it here. Is it possible? Notification is not available. Okay, it's not. Mm, mm, mm. Only with the storage integration we might be able to get it, but that configuration is quite complex. Okay, so anyways, that is fine. The only difference is in a real time, this snowpipe will also be set up by the platform team. Here we will have some value. That value we will configure it in the event notification. That's the only difference. So if that is configured, we will be getting the files will be getting directly into the tables. Go to properties. Sorry. Properties. We just need to change the value here. If there is some value in the pipe, that pipe ARN we have to configure here. Otherwise, we are sending notification to the external stage. Okay, that stage is able to reflect these files, but that is not actually triggering the pipe. So that is the problem. Okay, hope this is fine. Just the change in the notification channel in the real time will not be able to, you will not be the one who is doing this, but this is the process. Okay, so let's reiterate what we have discussed. So in order to load data from external cloud, either it is S3 or Azure or GCP, wherever it is, the snowflakes should be hosted on the same account. I mean, hosted on the same account means same cloud. here in this account, we will not be able to see any Snowflake related data. Okay, that hosting is different from this account. That hosting is managed by the Snowflake providers. Okay, so we have hosted on AWS Cloud. So we will be able to load the data from AWS Cloud into Snowflake easily. There is a possibility uh, to load from the cross cloud as well, but that is quite complex. Okay, nobody will follow that approach. If you are using your cloud as AWS, just host your account on AWS. If your cloud is Azure, host your account on Azure. Okay, so that is how it works. So, and this is about the Snowpipe. So for automatically ingesting the data from S3 to tables, we use pipe. Okay, so now we will move on to another concept. So I hope the pipes are clear. Just that it is not auto triggering because of missing the notification channel here.
Show pipes. Can you try one?
That will show the list of pipes available. So
Also,
see here also event notification
yes.
notification
It
channel is
starts.
yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
So the way it works has changed. That's all. For configuring the storage integration, we need lot of policies. We will not be able to clearly understand those policies. That is all platform related. Okay. So okay, let's do. Sorry. Now let's see the external tables. External table is also related to this concept. Okay, external table means you don't want the data to be loaded into Snowflake tables, but still you want to query the data available in the files on the S3 bucket. Let's go to our S3 bucket. So let's say we have this employee file. Okay, it has some data. I don't want to load this employee data into the Snowflake, but still I want to query this. I want to see what is there in this file. See, in the sense you can download it and see. That is not the way. I want to see the data in the Snowflake. Using the Snowflake queries, I want to see that data from S3. Okay, so that is possible with the external stage. External stage means accessing the files directly on S3 bucket using a table in Snowflake, but we are not actually copying the data. Okay, let's create the table. So go to the database and schema. Okay, select DE training, DE schema, create table. So external. Okay, here it is giving the syntax. Create external table. Let's name it as external EMP, employee table, external EMP, employee table. So here it is asking any column names. So I don't want any column names, just directly. Okay, let's have it as EMP, employee details. Everything in the file is loaded into a single column here. This is of type variant. Variant means JSON data. Okay, with location. Uh, use the external stage at the rate. Where is our stage? Let's see. Click on databases here. External S3 stage followed by emp.csv. So employee file I want to see here. .csv. Refresh on create auto refresh. Let's make it auto refresh equal to true. File format equal to load CSV because that employee file is a CSV format. Okay, let's copy this and bring it to our original place where we are writing. Okay, let's write the definition later. Okay, so I'm going to create this table in the DE training and DE schema. So comment is create external stage. Sorry, external table. And let's run this. Line number 109. Okay, auto refresh. Either it should be true or false. External table column EMP must have a defining expression. What does it mean? Let's remove this option. This is not mandatory. Okay, now the table is created. We did not load the data. Just we have created a bridge between the file and the Snowflake. So whatever data available in the file, now you should be able to access that file using this table name. Let's see, select star from ext employee, external employee. It did not produce any results. Why? Let's see. So is this location not correct? Let's see what is here. Uh, Go to database and schema. Stage. Where is the stage? Stage. Okay. External S3 stage. Oh, this is not running. External S3 stage. emp.csv. Let's see what I have used. Oh, external emp stage. We have employee.csv. Okay, let's remove this auto refresh. Let's try with create or replace. I think is that file empty or what? Okay, let's see the file first of all. Let's open this file. Okay, we do not have any data here, just a. Let's close this. Okay, let's upload some file which is valid. Let's upload that sales one. Upload, add files, sales one. Up. Okay, let's go to Snowflake. Refresh this. Okay, sales one is available here. Let's go to here. Okay, or else we can have these external tables are generally used whenever we want to read some file on S3, or let's say you want to this sales table. If we have seen sales one, sales two, and so on, all of them have the same schema. Schema means the same header. So in a particular folder, you have only the files related to the sales table, and you just want to refer all of them. Then you can use the external table. So you can just provide the path here. That's it. This is also fine. Let's do this first. Okay, it is created successfully. Let's run this. Why is it not giving any results? File format is load CSV. Okay, let's refresh this once. Alter external table, and the name of the table is ext. I made it emp. Okay, let it be emp. Refresh. Why is it not producing any results? It's all because of the storage integration itself, that I can say. With the stage location, file format. Okay, let us list the files available in this stage first. Okay, here we have these many files. So this is the path. We cannot directly provide the path here because uh, it is related to case. If it is a storage integration, we have provided the path along with the integration name, but that is not the way we should follow here. It should work. Let's see with location. Let's directly provide this with location. This is the location. Let's try it with access keys. 1 second. Credentials equal to. Let's provide here AWS key ID. I'll provide the values. AWS key ID equal to, and AWS secret key equal to. Let's open that file. This is the key ID. Secret. Okay, let's try this. I'll name it as external sales. Invalid property. Sorry, this should be URL. Let's run this. Invalid property credentials for table. It is not allowing. Let's see. Snowflake documentation. External table. Okay, create external table. Create table column name, column type. These are optional, not mandatory. These are optional. With location as external stage. Let's see where we have the credentials. It is not accepting with the credentials. It is not accepting credentials, then okay. External sales. Let's try with the location. We have already tried this with location at the rate, the name of the stage. This is the one. Copy the name. Location. Uh, Followed. Let's try only with this. Missing file format. File format equal to load CSV. Okay, refresh to successfully. Let's see. But somehow it was not able to read the data, even though it is created. Okay, now got it. So let's see this path. S3. I have used the snowpipe related path. So here we have all the, this is the thing. So each folder should contain only one set of files, which means some part of the business. This is all sales related file with having the same schema for all of them. So it will read all the data from all of these files. Let's see how many rows we have here. Where is this? Okay, how many rows? 2,36,570. So maybe combining all these files, we have that much volume of data. Okay, so let's do one thing. So if you see these tables, here we do not have the proper column names. C1, C10, it's like with the C names. Okay, the data type of this is, let's describe this table, you will understand. Describe table. The name of the table is external sales. Okay, see here the column name is value and the data type of this is variant. So variant means it is a JSON data. Let's look at this data again. See here it is enclosed in curly brackets. Each row it is enclosed in curly brackets. See here C1, C2 and so on. We have till C14. Okay. So instead of the actual column names, it will provide with C1, C2 and so on. So now if you want to get values out of this, so C1, what is C1? Let's open any sales file. Mm, Sales file. Okay. The first one is C1 represents region, C2 is country, C3 item type, and so on. In the same order, it will consider the numbers. Let's say out of this variant column, I want to retrieve the actual values now. So how do you do that? Select the column name is C1. Okay. Column, the data type of that. If you want to extract the data out of this, you have to write it like this. C1 colon, the data type of this string as, sorry, value dot C1, where the actual column name is value dot C1 as, what is the first column name? Region, as region from ext sales. Okay, it is not dot, it is semicolon. It is all null. Why? Let's try without the data type. Why is it all giving as null? Is it case sensitive? Let's see. It might be case sensitive. Okay, yes, it is case sensitive. See here, now you are getting all of this as the region. So let's make it as a string. The data type also we need to provide if you want to use it, use this data somewhere. Okay, now the double quotes are removed. If you have observed, as soon as we provide the string as the data type, the double quotes are removed. Similarly, if you want to get all the values, one second, as string, value, the column names are not case sensitive. I mean, this value, the original column name or the main column, this is not case sensitive. Value colon C2 dot, sorry, C2 colon string as country. The second one is country. So like this, you can retrieve whatever you need from this. Okay, so now you are able to see the region and also the country. But if you directly look at this select star from external table, it might be little difficult to understand. Okay. Okay, this is the data. This is little difficult to understand what is C1, what is C11. We don't know. If we want to do some column level comparisons, we might not be able to do it. So it is always better we derive the values out of this variant data type. Okay, this variant data type is very important in Snowflake, which helps us to store the semi-structured data. This question they'll ask you in the interviews. So how do you store semi-structured data in the Snowflake? By using the data type as variant, we will be able to store that. And if you want to retrieve, you have to use it like this. The column name followed by the internal column name C1, C2 or so on, followed by the data type as the column name. So that will help us to generate all the data. Okay. So this is about the external table. Uh, any doubts in this? The
No,
only thing is you have to provide the path. Yes, tell me.
I don't have doubts. That's what I said.
So I'm just thinking what we have discussed about the cache as well. So let's see dashboard. Dashboards, they are not at all used, but this is also changed in Snow. Sorry, this is also changed now. Go to home. Now they have related this with the external stage and other things. Earlier we are able to simply generate using the direct queries. Load sample data from S3 with SQL. Let's see. One simple step to enable templates for your worksheets. These are all legacy worksheets. Let's do simple select star from sales table. Or let's do count of star instead of star. Count of star. Select the database and schema. You can write it here. B training, B schema dot sales. Let's run this. B training. Okay, the schema, sorry, the database is different. Underscore. This is the template, but where is the actual dashboard returning? Go to home, dashboards. to create and share beautiful visualized interactions. One second. Quick actions. This is not we want. Earlier Snowflake was very good. This seems like updated version. Okay, whatever it is, these dashboards are like earlier we used to write the SQL queries. Count of star I have written, right? That will be shown as a box here, which showing the count every day. If you want to see the count or if you want to see the latest time the data was refreshed, instead of writing the query every time, you just come here and refresh that dashboard. That feature was very helpful. Now this doesn't seem to be a useful thing now. Let's see, view more. This is all integrated with AI Cortex. Let's see this basics what we have. This page is currently visible to run the attached worksheet to complete the one-time setup, which will enable templates for all users. Okay. Okay. We don't need this because this is now gone into that AML kind of thing. So this is no longer used as a data engineer. This is no longer used as a data engineering space. Even though it was available earlier, nobody was using that dashboard feature. Okay. So throughout my experience, no, I have seen nobody using that. It was just there for the sake. So that's about it. And let's do one more thing. Snowflake is accessible in two ways. One is this way. This is called the UI interface, or or call it as a snow site. This page, what you are seeing, this interface is called it as a snow site. Okay. So I have seen Snowflake extensively introducing new features very frequently. Okay. Within the last 1 or 2 years, this has changed a lot. Okay. Even before this, there was a classic UI, but they have changed a lot of things. Okay. Anyways, we have discussed the updated versions. We will not be able to go back to the classic versions. So whatever versions it is, Snowflake is accessible in two ways. One is this UI interface, another is the command line interface. So for using the command line interface, we need to download something. Okay, we call it as SnowSQL. For me, it is already available. Let's download it again. Okay, install SnowSQL. This also in the real time we will not be using that, but let's try to configure. Okay, SnowSQL for Linux, Mac, Windows. This is for Windows. Let it download. Okay, it is getting downloaded. Okay, downloaded. Let's open this. Okay, this will show up the installation steps as well. Just click next. So this is where I want to install. Let's install this. It will take a minute or two. Let's wait. Mhm. It is getting installed. Please wait. Okay. So if you see here, don't close this window quickly. Don't click on finish immediately. Read this page carefully. Okay. It is giving the steps to follow for connecting through command line interface. Let me take a snippet. So if I close accidentally also, there won't be any problem. Sorry. Snipping tool. Okay. So what it is saying, let's follow the steps whatever has been described here. Okay. So I'll not close this window. Open a new terminal window. Terminal means in your Windows search box, just write CMD, which means command prompt. Open that. Okay. Now I have opened that. What's the next prompt? Execute the command to test your connection. The second one is we have to execute this command. NoSQL -a account name -u login name. Let's write this in a notepad first. Let's copy it. I will not be able to copy. Okay. Let's type it. Okay. Let's type it. NoSQL -a account name. I'll fill the account name later. -u login name. So most of the times you will face issues here in the account name. Okay, let's see. Open our Snowflake account. Go to your profile. This is the account. View account details. So login name. This is the login name. So this is straightforward. Let's write it here. Snowflake. Sorry, SnowSQL -a. I'll fill the option later here. -u. This is the login name. Login name is clear. No doubt in that. It is now the account name. So account name is this, but if you use this, it might not work. Let's see, let's try. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. This is very weird. Okay, let's try with this. If it works, fine. Otherwise, I'll show you another way. Ideally, this is the account name, right? So the name itself indicates that's the account name. Let's try this. SnowSQL -a account name followed by the username. It will ask you for your Snowflake password. I don't think I'm able to remember this. Okay, let's see the password. Settings. Snowflake. Okay, let's copy this. Okay, I'm writing it here. Okay, see here, it is not allowing, it is giving error. Not found. Okay, so let's try one more thing. Okay, for the account name, let's try one more thing. Copy the URL of the Snowflake. We copy this URL. Open a new incognito window. New incognito window. Paste it here. See here, there is something generated. Uh, Wait a second. Yes, here it is. Copy this one. Okay, till here. This is the account name. So let's go to our notepad. Write it. NoSQL -a followed by the account name. This is the account name followed by the login name. Okay, let's try with this. It will ask you for the password again. Let's try. It is also not allowing. Ah, okay. Let's try another one. Account name. Okay, let's do one thing. There will be some file. Let's see what is the file. Concern. Is it showing here or not? Account name, username, password. Okay, there is another way. NoSQL -c. There will be a configuration file. Let me see. Somewhere it would be. Okay, C drive. Program files. Snowflake, NoSQL. Somewhere there would be a configuration file and config. It's not showing. Account name and username. Okay, let's try another way. Every time this will be a problem. In every batch, they will change the way how it access. This is account identifier. Let's try with this one. Okay, it is not allowing. Incorrect username or password was specified. Oh, it's an issue with the username or password. Let's try. See here, here it says incorrect username or password, but here it was saying couldn't connect to Snowflake. Okay, let's try with the latest username. I'll copy paste the password instead of typing. This is the Snowflake. Our password is wrong. Let's run it. Let me paste the password here. Oh, password is not copied properly. Let's copy this straight. Let's go to command prompt now. Let's try with this password. Okay, we are able to connect now. So finally, this is the account name. So you have to do trial and error. Sometimes it works with this kind of username. Sometimes it works with this. It keeps on changing. I don't know why the Snowflake. Sometimes with the command line interface, it behaves weird. Okay, so now I'm in this account. The compute is this one. Let's see. The database is not selected and schema is also not selected. Let's use that. Use DE training. This is the database. Now the database is switched. Now the schema is public. Now let us also switch the schema. Use DE schema. SQL compilation error. Okay, let's do for schemas. Okay, these are the schemas available. Let's use the schema. Use schema, the schema. Okay, now the schema is also set. If you want to do some query here, now let's do count of star from sales. The same, once you are connected, the operation is same. Okay, yes. This is the count of rows. Let's see what we have in some other tables from customers. Okay, this is the data available in customers. So there is a criteria here. So if you observe without closing the query, which means without a semicolon here, the query will not execute. It understands that there is still some part of the query which we need to write, because only whenever we place a semicolon, then it will understand this is the end of the query, it needs to execute. Otherwise, it keeps on waiting for the query to be completed. So this semicolon is mandatory. Okay, this is how you connect to command line interface. Let us also paste this. You figure out, I'll also paste all of this. You figure out which one is working for you. Paste it in here. Gen Very rarely people ask you how many ways you can access Snowflake, but it is better to know the command line interface also. So that's about it. And you have in the internal stage itself, some ad hoc concepts we have missed. So I'll tell you, I'll quickly cover it. Okay. So in the internal stage itself, we again have three types. Internal stage is of three types. Okay, one is named stage, which we have already seen. So let me show you in the stages. This internal stage, this is having a name, right? Internal stage. This is called the named stage. And another is user stage and table stage. First, let's discuss about the table stage. So named stage means this we have a name for the stage, and that can be used by anybody with that name, whoever has access. Okay. But in case of user stage is accessible only for a particular user. Okay. That is available only for a particular user. Let's say I have a user stage and I have uploaded a file. Only I will be able to access the file using that stage. But in case of this named stage, everybody will be able to access. You are the user of this account. Everybody I have provided access to, right? So if you log into that account and if you see the named stage, you will be able to see. But the user stage, you will not be able to see because that is specific to me. If you create your stage, that is specific to you. Nobody else will be able to see that, okay, or access that. So it is specific to a user. So named stage means accessible by anyone having the access. Okay. So this is specific to a user. And table stage. So whenever a table is created, table stage is created by default. Let's say whenever a table is created, table stage is created by default. Okay, let's see how. So we have so many tables as of now. So you might wonder if we have stages for all of them. Yes, we have. Let's see how the table stage can be accessed. Named stage can be accessed using at the rate name of stage. Okay, at the name of stage. Okay, named stage. Let's say list this at the rate internal stage is a named stage. Let's say list at the rate internal stage. This will give the list of files available there. Sorry, what happened? Copy name, list at the rate. Is it not working? Okay. So this is the file available in the internal stage. Okay. Now let's see the table stage. First, let's see the table stage. List at the rate, the name of the table. Okay. Here at the rate will not work. We have to use percentile. Then only it will be able to understand this it as a table stage. List at the rate sales. So this is the table stage. Sales is the table name. With the same name, stage is created. Let's say, is it public? Okay, let's change this to DE schema. Okay. Okay, so here the stage is there, but right now we do not have anything. In order to upload the files to the table stage or user stage, we need to use command line interface. You will not be able to upload files from the UI interface. Okay. So similarly, user stage, by default, it would be available. You need not to create it. Uh, let's say this is accessible using at the rate followed by percentile. Okay. And this is accessible using at the rate followed by this tilde or whatever you call it, negation, whatever it is. The button just below the escape. Okay. So let's see list at the rate, this symbol. Okay. This is the user stage which is accessible only by me. So this is table stage. Whenever a table is created, the stage will automatically be created. What is the use of this stage? Let's say you want to continuously load the data into the sales table. So you will be getting only the sales files. So in that case, we will be keeping the sales files here. So generally in the real time, we don't follow this approach. Very rarely we do this kind of pattern. The sorry, the table stage or the named stage. People doesn't even know they exist. Okay, because they are not at all used, but still it would be better to know. Okay, this is named stage. So dashboards, uh, and this internal stages, the process of copying the data from external stage to the table. Lot of people doesn't know that. Okay, trust me, lot of people doesn't know that even in the real time organizations, because the pipelines were already set up. They just have to do some configurations like adding a table name or adding a file name so that it goes into the table. So nobody knows what happens on the background. Very rarely people know that. So it uh, it's an advantage for you, so you know the concept from end to end now. Okay, so you will have a clear idea what happens if something goes wrong, where do you need to debug. All that you know now. So now let's go to the command line interface and let's try to upload the files. Let's see. So now we are connected to this database and schema. Now let's say I want to place the file, the sales file into the sales stage or the user stage. Okay, so let's put that. Let's write in a notepad first how we need to write the command. Okay, for placing the files, you need to write put. Put is the syntax and get the path of that sales file, sample files. Okay, copy path where it is. Copy as path, yes. Okay, paste it here. So we need to make some changes to this. Okay, so put, let's say we have to write file here, followed by colon, double forward slashes, and then the path of the actual file. Okay, it might cause issues because we have some spaces here. Where do we need to place this file? Okay, where we need to place it? At the rate percentile sales, because this is a table stage. Okay, let's try this. There are spaces. It might cause issues, but let's see. Hmm, Go to command line interface, paste it here and run it. So here it is giving syntax errors because there were some spaces here and there. Let's try to avoid that. Let's try to put all of this in double quotes. Okay, this is also not working. Let's see. Write single quotes. If forward the syntax, let's see. And these enclosed by double quotes in the outer query. Okay, let's try this with Google. So put file to people space snowflake. The syntax is correct, but there are spaces. That's the problem. With spaces in the path. Okay, this file. Starting with the file you need to enclose. Let's try it at the rate sales. So I'll leave you after this. This is the last topic in Snowflake. We put file. This is also not working. Position 55. It is starting here. December 25. This is the problem. Let's remove this space here. Why December 25? We have that path like that. Okay, I have a comma like that. Let's keep that escape character here. Okay, now this time it works. Okay, file doesn't exist. 25. Okay, it was treating this like a path. Do one thing. See, with these errors, you will learn a lot how to debug this or what is going wrong. If everything is working fine, then there is no problem, right? We will just think in only one way. Let's try it. Okay, now we have syntax error. You know this as a escape character in Python. Syntax error at so let's remove this. Syntax error line 1 at position 4. What is that position 4? Let's try with ChatGPT. The double quotes here. Let's try with this. Okay, it is working. Now this is working. Let me place this in our notepad. Okay, for placing the files in the internal stage, this is the command. So in order to place in the named stage, we can directly do it from the Snowflake UI. Let me show you. You might have forgot. Go to Database Explorer, select the database and schema, and internal stage. See here, you directly have an option to upload the file here. So no problem with this. The only problem is with the other two file formats. Sorry, other two stages. Okay, you have placed the files now. Let's do list at the rate this one. Okay, we have one file here. So similarly, let's try to load the same file into the user stage as well. Just that at the end, instead of the name, you just provide that symbol at the rate this one. Now file is placed. Let's run that query here. List at the rate. Okay, the same file is available here. So let's write the command. Keep a semicolon, remove all of this. Keep a semicolon. Okay, so if you want to copy the data from this thing to tables, it is simple. Let's say copy into sales from, let's say I want to copy from user stage at the rate. Where is this symbol? Okay, file format equal to load CSV. So I think this load CSV will not work because if you see here, the file format is compressed. It is zip. So we have to use another file format. Okay, let's see. A copy zip file to of like there will be change in the file format. That's all, nothing else. Will okay. Compression is auto. Let's run this. Create a new file format. Uh, use this. Okay. Now use this format. Okay. 5,000 rows are available in that sales one file that is copied. Similarly, if you want to copy from table stage, you can do the same process. Copy this and at the rate followed by percentile sales. Okay, again 5,000 rows copied. So that's about the stages. Hmm. Let me tell you one more thing. Views, you already know, right? Views in the SQL. It is like a query running on the tables, but instead of writing that logic every time, we will write it in views. You know the concept of views in the SQL Server. I'm not going to spend much time on that. In Snowflake, we have uh, different types. Let me go to the Database Explorer. So go to Database and Schema. If you click here, there is an option called View. If you see here, Standard is the normal one. Let's create all of them. Let's create the standard. I'll use the same definition for all of them. Let's say the customers. View customers. Okay, I want to see write the query here as select star from customers. This is the simple logic. There is nothing much complications here. Okay, the customer's view is created. So if instead of writing select star from customers, now you will write select star from VW customers. So however complex logic you have defined in the view, so all of that you will be able to get it here. Okay. So this is the data. There is nothing much in this. This is the standard view. Let's go to views. Okay, if you see the definition, okay, let's click on this edit definition. See here, we are getting the data here. We are getting the definition or the DDL here. Right. Now, let's say I'll create a secure view. Where did it get created? Okay, let's copy this. Oh no, not this one. Template also close it. Okay, this is also not required. Okay, this is the view definition. Let's write in our. Where did I paste that external file related things? God. Okay, let's copy this. 1 second. Where did I write that? Go to workspaces. Is it in the eighth one? No. So 15, 14, 13. Anybody remembers where did I write that? Okay, let's write it here anyways. Internal stage. Did I write it in the templates? My bad. Okay, let's copy this. Okay, so good. Now views. Where did I write the view definition? Let's copy this. Views are of three types: standard, materialized, and secure. Okay, you already know the view concept. Don't waste much time on that. So copy this. Copy. This is a standard view. We get the definition. So even though you did not write ID and name, it generates in the background. Where is the editor level? Okay, this is the standard view. You are able to see the definition. You are able to see the data. Let's write a materialized view. You already know what a materialized view is, but the limitation is it will not be able to join multiple tables. Let's go to databases. What can I join? Here I did not provide. Okay, bank customers and the normal customers. Let's see. Select star from bank customers. What do we have it here? Okay, bank customers and what is the data available in the normal customers? Select star from just the customers. Okay, let's say I will join on the ID column. I want to know who are the common customer IDs. Let's say I want to do it using the materialized view. So for creating the materialized view, create or replace materialized view. The name of the view is smart customers. Materialized view customers. I mean to say materialized customers view as select star from bank customers. Let's say inner join, inner join. This doesn't work. Okay. So this is bank customers and this is just customers on A, sorry, B dot B is what? Bank customers. ID equal to uh, C dot ID. Let's just run the select part if it is working or not. Yes, it is working. Only one ID is common. Okay, so let's try to create a materialized view with this. See here, uh, syn error, SQL compilation error, invalid materialized view definition. More than one table referenced in the view definition. So it means more than one table is not allowed in materialized views. And data stores on disk. Please recollect the concepts what we have discussed in the SQL servers. Okay. So it is not allowing, but with the normal view, we are able to create. Let's try with that normal view. We are able to create any number of tables. Just remove this word. Let's write it as standard customer view. Here it allows. Okay. So create or replace view as what is this ID where it is the error? Duplicate column. Okay. In both of the tables, we have the data. So both IDs. So let's say only from the B table, I want to get the data. Okay, it is created, view is created. You can directly do select star from that standard view. There is nothing in the standard view. Generally, 90% of the cases in the real time, we use standard views. Okay, good. Now we are not able to create materialized view. More than one table is not allowed. So let's write not allowed. So what is allowed in the materialized views? Let's say copy this. Let's write a query. Only some aggregations or whatever you are able to do with single table, you can do that with the materialized view. Okay, select, let's say, uh, ID comma count of star. How many times each customer is repeating here? I just want to know that. Group by ID. Okay, as count. Now materialized view is allowed. Why is it taking a lot of time? Okay, let it be. Okay, it is created. So as soon as unless and until there are changes on the data, it will not uh, query the table. It will query from the disk. So this materialized views are efficient whenever the updates are less often. Okay. But we need the aggregations, some calculations on a single table. We can go for the materialized views. It's taking a lot of time. I don't know why. Some network issues, it seems. My God, did we lose all of that? Let's refresh. Okay, cool. So select star from this materialized view. This also you are able to see the definition. The only limitation is that you will not be able to join multiple tables. Let's go to the databases. Click on views, materialized view. So you will be able to see the definition. Okay, so this is the definition. Now let's try to create a standard, sorry, not standard, secure view. Select the database, schema, create view, secure view. Okay, so let's copy this. Go to this 11. Let's close the remaining things. Seems like some network issues. Just wait a minute. Okay, let's create it here. So I'm using the same query, secure views. Sorry, this is a materialized view. My bad. Let's close all these tabs. Okay, let's open our workspace 11. Okay, now the secure view. Let's copy this one. Just the word is different, nothing else. Instead of materialized, right? Secure. Secure customer view. Create it. Okay, let's just select the columns from the B. We have the ID columns in both the tables, so it is getting confused from where to take. Okay, created successfully. Let's look at the data in the secure view. Select star from the secure view. So I am the account admin. I'll be able to see the data available in this. Okay, not the data, the view definition as well. Let's go to the databases. Refresh. Okay, let's see it from here. Database Explorer. The training D schema views. Did we write the word secure? Okay, yes, we have created. The difference is you will not be able to see the view definition. Maybe with the account admin you are able to see, but any other roles it will not be able to see the view definition. Let's see the secure view. Okay, I am the account admin. I'm able to see the view definition. But if I switch to any other role, you will not be able to see the view definition. Okay, that's the meaning of secure view. Other than authorized roles, even though you have access to the view, you will be able to see the view, query the data, but we will not be able to see the view definition. You have access to view. You will not be able to see definition. Okay, you will not be able to see the view definition. Okay, only the owners or the admins can see the definition. Anybody else, they'll be able to query the view the data, but not able to see the definition. They'll not know the underlying logic. So if we don't want to expose how this data is generated, we will go for the secure views. Generally, some finance related data or some money related information, we will not keep it in the normal standard or materialized views. We can go for the secure views. Okay. So that's about the secure views. And one small concept, sorry. Uh, Indexing in SQL Server, right? Similarly, we have clustering. Clustering in Snowflake. Clustering means distributing the data based on some columns. Based on some columns which are used in joins and filters. This helps to optimize the query. Clustering is one of the concept which helps to optimize the query. Let's see. Generally, we don't do clustering in Snowflake. The micro partitions concept we have discussed. So whenever data is loaded, it automatically distributes into small units called micro partitions. So if you want to control the way in which the micro partitions are arranged, you can do the clustering. By default, we will go with the automatic clustering. But sometimes if the data size is so large, it is not able to automatically do the clustering, even if it has done, uh, if it is leading to performance issues, then we can go for clustering. So let's see. I'm looking for the syntax or cluster by. Okay, here it is. While creating the table, see here, while how do we create? We just create a replace table followed by the column names and the data types. If you want to do clustering on any of the columns, you can just write the word cluster by. Okay, so after creating the table also, we can set the clustering. Let's create a table. This is one of the optimization technique. You just need to know how to use that. So let's say create table. The name of the table is students. Students. So let's say ID is an integer. Name is varchar. If you don't specify the length of this varchar, it would take the maximum length. Okay, name and age. Let's say this is also an integer. So maybe we have a criteria to filter the students based on the ID or based on the age. Okay, sorry, I forgot to write cluster by or replace table. You can do it on the single column or you can do it on the multiple columns. Cluster by, just say ID. Now the data will be arranged in the micro partitions based on the ID column. What it is clustering. Sorry, let's select one little here. Unexpected syntax cluster by ID. Okay, the table is created. Now you will not be able to see any difference while inserting or reading the data, but it all happens on the background. Okay, so let's say the table is already created. Let's say you have the customers table. On that you need to set clustering. Alter table. The table name is customers cluster by, sorry, cluster by ID. Here also we have the column as ID. Okay, during the table creation or after the table creation, you can do clustering, but it is not always advisable to do clustering. Again, seems like a network issue. So customers table doesn't have an ID or no. Okay, cluster by. So this is how the clustering is used. It is similar to indexing in the Snowflake. It arranges the data based on the columns we have specified. Let's say when to use clustering or when not to use clustering. So clustering is not recommended for small tables. Okay. So Snowflake clustering optimizes the query performance on large tables by organizing the data into micro partitions based on specific keys, based on the columns you want to arrange the data. So how it helps? It reduces data scanning. Pruning you already know. It avoids scanning of some partitions. So with filters, lowering cost, increased speed, all of that. Mm, these see clustering keys what it does. These help define the columns used to group together. If you are doing a clustering on the customer ID or the student ID, the values which are having the same IDs will go into the same partition. In any database anywhere the concept is same. Even in the snow park, sorry, not snow park, Spice Park, the concept is same. So clustering or indexing or whatever it is, the same values goes into the same partition. That is how it works on the background. So generally, we go for automatic clustering, a background service that maintains clustering, especially a DML in operations. When we are doing insert, update, delete, it also happens automatically if we do not provide a cluster keys. So when to use, when not to use. Let's see. When not to use. They will ask you when not to use clustering in Snowflake. Okay, you generally avoid using. See here. In Snowflake, you generally avoid using explicit clustering keys unless your table is large enough to benefit from it and your performance is usually suffering. So unless and until our query performance slow down, you will not go for clustering. By default, we will choose automatic clustering. Because automatic clustering is a background service that consumes credits, using it on the wrong tables can lead to high cost without meaningful performance gains. So if we enable some clustering, it might incur in high cost, leading to inefficient performance also. So you should choose it properly. Otherwise, go with the default clustering. Always, always, always. Unless and until your table is so large. Okay, see here, when to start using clustering. If your table is less than several terabytes means it is so large. Okay, not even gigabytes or megabytes, it is terabytes. Less than several terabytes, it often doesn't require a clustering key. Okay, for smaller tables also, we don't go for clustering. So tables that experience constant DML operations, when not to use. If it has a constant DML operations, don't go for that. So because every time the data is modified, it has to see in which place the ID has to fit into or which partition it has to fit into. So it will lead to costly operation. Okay. Uh, So, which columns we should avoid for clustering? Low cardinality, which means the gender column. If we have male or female, so there will be lot of rows going into the same partition. So we should not use such columns. We should use moderate granularity or moderate cardinality. So conversely, clustering on unique key like a unique ID can be extremely expensive because if we do it on the unique ID, each row will store in one partition. So there is no meaning for that, right? One row per one partition, it doesn't make sense. So it should be meaningful. It should have good amount of data while we choose the clustering keys. So generally meant for huge data tables, which is leading to performance issues. Only then we should go for clustering keys. Okay. So you can research more on this if you are interested. Okay, let's paste it here. So with this, we are good with Snowflake. These concepts are enough uh, in the real time to work with Snowflake. More than enough, I can say. So data loading, external. Let's copy this. So in our next session, we will start with Azure. Okay, stopping it here. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, please download that file and let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, you can drop off. We will continue our sessions on Monday. Koteshwara, please download the files and drop off. Let me know if you have any questions.